Hey gang, it's Ron from ITMesky.com, and my job is to get each and every one of you guys certified. So I'm here right now with Eric, aka the Financial Hawk, one of my students that got A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus certified. So in this video, we're gonna kind of find out about his journey, some tips, some tricks, the do's and don'ts to get these pieces of paper to actually get your foot in the door when it comes to IT. So Eric, do me a favor. Introduce yourself to your cousins, please.
All right. Hey, guys, it's Eric, aka Financial Hawks. Kind of switching my journey from personal finance a bit to get into the IT field. Had a blast so far. So, hey, can't wait for this.
Got you. So when you say you're switching from the financial sector to try and lean more towards IT, what do you mean specifically? Like, what were you doing in finance? What made you pivot? That type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess it's kind of like a two-parter to this. I guess technically speaking right now, I guess I'm an entrepreneur. Have my own little business right now, kind of helping out people with the video editing side of things, as well as social marketing, how to grow on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that. But on YouTube, I've been focusing a lot on the personal finance, trying to help people with making money and different things of that nature. But now, I guess technically will be doing that somewhat on the side, but I'm kind of trying to focus more on the cybersecurity side, trying to get back to my roots. I guess we'll probably talk about this a little bit later too, kind of how I transition, I guess, as a kid from being super techie to video editing and now getting back into tech. So kind of like a full circle kind of going on right now. So yeah. Got
you. So first thing, Eric, you do not have a little business, right? No matter what the scale is, no matter what you got going on, it is not little, right? So don't refer to it as your little business, because you're doing something that a lot of people cannot do or scared to do, so on and so forth, putting yourself out there and actually trying to make it happen. And also, I want to congratulate you on just trying to have as many avenues of revenue or just having as many things as possible. Yeah. So I got the finance part, I got the tech part. One of these things are going to pop, or both of them might pop at the same time. So if you had to boil it down to this one thing, right, what would you say is the reason why you got into tech? If it was just one thing, what would you say? Or trying to get into tech, starting to get with these certifications, what would you say is the one thing to kind of push you over the edge a little bit?
Oh, that's a great question. I guess just one word, I would say scalability. Scalability, yeah. Being able to, at least from what I've been seeing from interviews, from your interviews, from other people's interviews online, it seems like you can scale so fast into tech if you have that passion for it. And I definitely have that passion for it. So yeah, I think scalability will be that one word. Yeah.
Okay. So just kind of going back to what you said before. So you said that since you were a kiddo, you kind of liked tech, kind of wanted to be in tech, and then you might have went a different direction. So tell me about, you growing up, how you kind of fell in love with tech and kind of what made you kind of stray away from it.
Okay. Yeah. So, I think pretty much growing up from when I remember, we've always had a computer. So I've always been playing around with it. I remember my dad used to burn CDs and all that, LimeWire and all that stuff. Hopefully, the government not watching this video. But anyway, outside of that, I kind of just got used to, playing around with the computer. I remember making my first little website at that time. Wow. I say a little website for that particular point because I was like, 5 years old doing little Dragon Ball Z stuff, just kind of just having fun. And then from there, I remember this app called Game Maker. Oh, man. I was able to make so many cool little 8-bit games too during this time. Yeah. And then depending on your audience age, even though I'm not that old, but I was downloading the stuff on floppy disk, and I remember giving this out to family members so they can play. So yeah, kind of from there, I still had a passion for computers, just learning different stuff. And then like high school, still video editing here and there. Kind of started my first YouTube channel back in high school as well. But then in college, my freshman year, I actually went to Baylor so I can become a computer scientist. So that first year, oh man, it was so rigorous. I thought I liked coding at that time because I thought I knew what coding was, but apparently I didn't. So then I kind of transitioned to business. And then from business, I ended up going to digital media, kind of learn about social media, video editing and all that. And then kind of from there, I kind of just took off doing YouTube, helping out different businesses and different things of that nature. But yeah, I don't know if like it was like different signs I've been seeing kind of lately. My girlfriend been talking about cybersecurity. I've been seeing so many stuff about how the US cybersecurity is garbage right now. It's so many different signs. I've always liked computer hacking, like on movies. I like how they were doing all the cool stuff like that. And yeah, I saw your interview on Erica Williams' channel, and man, after seeing that and all these other, I guess, key points or clues or whatever, I was like, you know what, I think that's a sign for me to get back into tech. So yeah, that's my little journey. Yeah.
So just to kind of give people a background, just a little bit of insight. How old are you right now?
I'm 29.
29. So the average age on this channel is about 25 to 45. So you right in there.
Perfect.
So did you actually get your degree?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I graduated in 2015.
I mean, so was it in finance or what was it? Or did you do computer science or what did you end up getting into?
Yeah, it was FDM, film and digital media. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So where did the actual finance part come in from? Is that kind of like something that you just want to rock out on your own, or like what made you make that pivot? Like, okay, so you kind of was doing the tech stuff, got into college and said, I don't think I want to do coding. And then you end up doing digital stuff, doing editing. And just a side note, gang, if you are watching this, Eric is super smart, and that is a great main or side hustle, video editing. Yeah. I may, get with him after this to actually, help with, a lot of my videos. It's many people want to be YouTubers. Many people want to have a social presence. Editing is one of those big things. And as far as what I've seen, you can actually teach yourself, how to edit. Would you agree, or would you think, Eric?
Yeah, you definitely can. For me, I kind of started editing using Windows Media Maker.
Right.
But then in college, kind of started learning about the Adobe, like the Adobe suite and all that. And then from there, kind of just self-learn from there. So yeah, you can definitely teach yourself. That is true.
Got you. Yeah. Now back to my original question. Yeah. What made you pivot? So we tech, the digital marketing, digital editing, and then you go to finance. So what made you want to pivot to the finance thing?
Okay, well, I guess I know in college too, with the business, back when I was taking business as my major for like 2 semesters of my sophomore year, I kind of got, I guess, interested a bit into like the finance and all that. But then after I graduated from college and, kind of just getting used to being in the real world, like, for example, this house right here, I got this about 1.5 years or 2 years after I graduated. And
awesome.
Thank you. And, kind of just getting used to paying mortgages, like electric bills, all these bills. I was like, you know what? I think a lot of people, I think I can help out a lot of people, with budgeting and how to how to manage their money, like how I was able to right after college. So that's kind of how I initially got interested in that. And then watching other YouTubers and stuff like that kind of got me interested too.
Okay. Yeah. So we want to kind of, flex your financial muscles right quick. Okay. So since you are a guy that can help people with that, we experiencing super hyperinflation pretty much, either are in a recession or super close. What's 2 tips that you can give people right now? What should they be doing right now? What's 2 things they should be doing right now? Okay,
right now, I would say first, definitely try to work on a skill set that can make you money if you don't already have that. Kind of like when I already have some skill sets, but I'm doing that even more now with the tech side. So if you guys, I guess, are working like a regular 9 to 5, making $12, making $13, I would definitely right now focus on some type of higher income skill set. It may take a minute, but hey, you can take Master I.T's course and, maybe get into cybersecurity or get something, something in the IT field pretty quick. Another thing, too, is having multiple sources of income. I know a lot of people just have one source of income, and that's something I definitely speak against. I think sorry about that. I think it's definitely important to have multiple sources of income. So if you can find something that you can do on the side, maybe like Uber Eats, if you have an extra car Turo, just try to find something that you can do on the side to make some extra money on the weekends, or find like a second job you can do on the weekends so you can start ahead. So you can go ahead and start stacking up. So yeah, that was my two first tips on that.
Got you. So gang, Eric, as you can see, is multifaceted, right? And I think that's one of the things that you need to be. This guy can do a little bit of everything. And then he kind of sees the trends, right? Everything is going towards tech, right? A lot of stuff on the news is talking about tech. What is Tesla doing? What is Bitcoin doing? What is the blockchain? What is this? What is that? And even the Ukraine-Russia conflict, a lot of that isn't happening with tanks and bullets and stuff like that. A lot of them are actually in a cyber war, right? Trying to take things down. And a lot of times on my channel and the other channels that students may watch that watch this channel, a lot of us are talking about 50K isn't enough, 60K isn't enough. You have to understand with inflation is going up. Unfortunately, wages aren't, unless, like Eric said, you actually have a skill set that is in demand and that you can kind of make something happen out of thin air. As far as IT, right? Mm-hmm. Said you grew up loving it, liking it, so on and so forth. But as far as certifications in general, you already had the college experience. So why not go back that way? Okay, let me go back and get a computer science degree, or let me go back and get an information technology degree. Why go the certification route as opposed to all this other stuff, all these other ways? Why did you actually want to get certification?
Like looking at the trends, looking at the future. Being a person who, did go to college, that is one way you can go, but I feel like there's longer. Student loans, as high. It's just a lot of different stuff. Whereas with tech, especially, what I noticed too, back when I was looking at the Google Certs and how they were allowing people to get like these cool tech jobs, even back then without a college degree. I'm like, why waste all this extra time when I can have something more, what's the word? I guess my own pace with a course versus, going to a regular, school 5-6 hours a day. It's just fit better with my time. I feel like I save a lot more money. And also too, just like knowing your backstory as well, I just felt like you would be a great teacher. So that kind of why I went this route versus going back to school.
My man. Yeah. So one thing, and we don't have to get too personal, but as far as school, did you get your degree from Baylor?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
so that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. That is a great school. But I know, because I know a couple people that graduated, that it is an expensive school.
Yeah.
So we're proud of you. Your mama proud of you that you got your degree. How can I say it? Well, another way to say it. Do you regret getting your degree? Do you regret going to Baylor? Do you regret the student debt? Is yes or no to any of those questions? What do you think? Looking back at it, would you have taken the same path?
Yeah, now that's a great question. Looking back, if I could keep my same knowledge that I have now, I probably wouldn't, or I would have went to a community college for 2 years and then I would have went to Baylor. Still keep the connections. Yeah. But at that time period, I really didn't know what I wanted to do exactly. I thought I was going to do computer programming for a minute. And at that time, I thought the only way you could do it was through school, because that's kind of how I was taught. I think that's how a lot of kids were taught. For sure. But for my own kids, hopefully, no, I will have enough money to be able to go full ride for them. So yeah, they'll probably go. Yeah. But for people who don't have that financial, backing, maybe like I had, I definitely recommend probably going more towards the the course route or boot camp route versus going to college, depending on what degree you're going in. Obviously, if you're going to be a doctor, I guess you got to go to college. Same with a lawyer. But yeah, for tech, I think you can definitely do pretty well with the course or boot camp route. And yeah, I slightly do regret the student loans too. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done, but those were high.
My man.
Yeah. I may have to just go ahead and just start really focusing on that. And matter of fact, once I get my cybersecurity job, I may just go ahead and just focus and just knock that out. That's what I may end up doing. So yeah.
Got you. Now, Eric, and just warning, gang, this is going to be full of gems, the entire interview. Eric actually brought up an awesome point. Baylor is one of the best schools in the nation, right? And one of the things that he brought up is super important. So if this is one of the best schools, it means that it's potentially some of the best students or, some of the best parents, right? So a lot of times, if you go to these big schools, you have to have a goal of networking. You need to be moving and shaking, figure out, oh, his daddy owned this or his mom owned this or to figure out who is who, and then be able to set you up with a job, an investment opportunity, because if you just go in just for the name on the school, it may not work out as much. But just make sure, like Eric said, that you're taking advantage of those networking opportunities. Yeah. So as far as the Zero to Hero program, right, the thing that allowed you to get A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus, what made you join the program? Like, how did you hear about it? Because you had already been to college, you're super smart, you had all this other stuff going on. What made you want to actually join this program as opposed to any other program?
Well, yeah, initially, seeing your interview on the other channel, kind of just hearing you talk about your backstory and how you started with the HVAC and kind of going to the military and learning from that in that way. I thought you had a lot of credentials foremost on that. I guess in addition, looking at prior to getting your course as well, looking at some of your videos and kind of just seeing you talk to people and give advice, it kind of resonated with me. I felt like it felt more, personal versus other course people of other skin colors and whatnot. So. Right. Yeah, it kind of just felt more, more homey. That I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think our personalities mesh pretty well. You seem super intelligent as well. You already got your business with the cyber security, teaching that for people. So yeah, that really got me excited. To join your course.
My man. So as far as that's concerned, right? Mm-hmm. What would you say, how important or how impactful would it have been if you felt a more personal relationship or felt more relatable to whether it was the instructors or the professors at Baylor or just when you tried other training programs? How impactful or how important, because of course you need the information, you need the material, but how important do you think it is that that you can actually relate to or talk to or understand the person that's actually trying to train or teach you something?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I had one thing in my head and I'm losing it.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, I hate that. Oh man, I had it. It was good. It was good.
It'll come back to you. Just trust me. This ain't just coming out of my head. I got stuff written down. What was I gonna say? So let's just go back to the certs.
Okay.
So, what's the first certification that you got, and do you think that was a good starting point? Do you think that was the best route to take?
Yeah. So my first course I got from you was the IT Fundamentals. And I think that was a fantastic course to start. Kind of just getting my head back into tech. Like initially, I thought I kind of knew. I thought I was going to know everything in the course right from the get-go. I'm like, I know what a router is. I know what a computer, I know how to turn on the screen. Like I know this basic stuff, but it was a lot. There's a lot of new stuff I was not aware of, or they had names of different things that I was not aware of. So I think having that first stepping block not only motivated me, but also gave me some pretty good knowledge as well. That kind of just kept me kind of, I guess, ecstatic or happy to continue the course. Yeah. So I think that was a great stepping block.
All right, gang. So Eric just said something very profound. So the IT fundamentals, whenever you think about fundamentals, you think, oh, this is going to be super easy. This guy is super smart, went to Baylor for computer science. So he definitely may have been right when he first said that, right? Until you actually get into the actual program, until you actually get into the actual certification itself. So IT is vast, huge, a bunch of stuff going on. So you have to understand even the fundamentals are pretty complex. So where Eric started is where most of the students start. And even if you don't rock out with me, that's still a good starting point, I think, for anybody that's looking to get into IT. So when you were going through like a certification journey, Eric, was it easier than you thought? Was it harder than you thought? And what are some of the obstacles that you came up against, and how did you get through it and get over them?
Yeah, so I would say initially it was harder than I, thought it was going to be, because again, I'm coming into it with my I guess brain. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna knock this out. It's gonna be super easy. And yeah, I really had to learn. Also, too, during this, I guess learned how I learned, if that makes sense. Like for me, I see that I love questions. I love a ton of questions. I love seeing questions. And I saw after I made a comment on one of your videos in the course, it seemed like that next week you added like a ton of new questions. I think that really helped out a lot. So I think that helped out. What was the second part of the question?
So if there were any obstacles that you came up across, and then even you can kind of end on the program. But like I said, you went to Baylor, which is a great school. Getting a degree isn't easy. Just in general, when you're learning, going through stuff, how did you actually get through obstacles, right? So you had a goal in mind, but when things popped up, life happened, like how do you usually get past obstacles when it comes to learning something new?
Okay, yeah. So I guess first off, kind of going back to earlier, having you as the course creator, I didn't want to be a failure. I was like, yeah, taking this course. I was already talking with each other in our first meeting. That actually helped out a lot. That was one big motivator. I didn't want to fail somebody that I talked to, and I said I was going to do this. I guess secondly, you talk about this in your videos a lot, that, stuff happens, people have kids, birthdays, deaths, like a lot of stuff just happens like that. Oh man, I got a story too about me passing security. Okay, great. So yeah, talking about obstacles, man, studying for the Security Plus. Initially, like the first few weeks, I had a lot of time, like pretty much every day I was knocking those out. And then after I finished the course, I would go back, rewatch it in 2X, and then rewatch it again in 2X. So I really understand the knowledge. But the day of taking the Security Plus, I had so much stuff going on with my business. I had to edit this video. I had to help out with this on TikTok, this on Snapchat. Like initially the day before, I was like, okay, I'm going to knock out this work before 12 o'clock. And then I'm going to have like 6-7 hours. I'm going to just have fun studying. I'm going to knock this test out. I did not get any time. I had zero time. I had to go different places to get stuff. I had zero time. I barely made it in the test. But with all that knowledge I gained from the ITF Plus, A Plus, Core 1, Core 2, Network Plus, I guess my brain I had all the knowledge still. So even though I had no time to study that day, I was still able to actually pass the test. And something else funny on that too, like about 30 minutes before I was able to take the test, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just move the test to like Saturday. Let me just move the test to next week. Right. I kind of felt down. But then I remember one of your videos, you were like, you just got to go ahead and take it. Like there's never a perfect time. And I'm like, you know what? There isn't. And yeah, that day was not the perfect day at all. And I still passed it my first time. So,
my man. Yeah. It was somebody. Did you take it at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, one of my tests I did. One of my
Oh,
tests.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Usually I take my test usually around that time, like 2 or 3.
Wow. So
Yeah.
what's the science and what's the story behind that? Is it just like a time where you have quiet or
Yeah, that, and also too, I'm not a morning person at all. So I
okay?
figured, yeah, I give my brain enough time throughout the day to just warm up. I feel like that helped me out, and I guess it kind of did somewhat through the courses. So
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. Now, everything isn't always sweet. Everything isn't always roses. Things happen. Did you fail any of the certifications in the program?
Yeah, I did.
Talk,
Yeah.
talk, talk to me. Talk to me about that, and talk to me about how you overcame that. Right. So I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you something, gang. These certifications, whether it's ITF plus, A plus, any of these certifications are not easy. They are not easy at all. And unfortunately, a lot of people, once they come up against that roadblock, they end up just letting it kill them pretty much. And
Yeah.
that's another reason why, just like Eric, anybody else, I kind of try and speed them through it. Take the test, take the test, take the test, take the test, because it's a little bit easier for you to study for 30 days and then take a L as opposed to studying for a year and then you take a L. Because it's like, damn, I'm studying for a whole year and I still failed it, even though you wasn't studying the entire year. It's going to feel like, man, I studied for an entire year and I still failed. So, Eric, when you failed, were you discouraged? Well, here's a question.
Yeah.
When you failed, did you ever think about quitting?
To be honest, I did not. I did not, because I
Okay.
was very determined. I was determined that I was going to, knock out this whole trifecta initially, from the get go. But yeah, I did feel down initially, but I think you talk about this as well, and I'll talk about this on my channel a lot too. Just not being afraid of failure. So even though I failed, I kind of just think that's kind of just more motivation for me to try again. So when I initially fell on the ITF, I think it was ITF or A plus. I blamed it on myself, especially because I came into it, kind of just like, yeah, I'm gonna knock this out. This is gonna be super easy, and that's something that I had to actually learn on this during this journey. Like, even though I am smart, there's still so much I don't know. It's still so much, and I really gotta like humble myself to really learn. And by the end of this whole course journey, I really felt like now I can take any cert now and I can pass my first time, because I think I've learned fully on how I learn. So with a whole bunch of questions, going over videos 2, 3, 4 times until I really get it. So yeah. I think that really helped out. Kind of just pushing past those obstacles.
Got you. So, gang, Eric brought up something important. If you're in IT, if you're in life and you're actually trying something, you're going to fail, right?
Yeah.
I failed certifications in my lifetime, and I'll continue to fail certifications in my lifetime because things change, things are new. But one of the things, like you said, a lot of students, especially maybe ITL plus or A plus, they'll fail because of overconfidence.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, gang, I teach this stuff all the time, blah, blah, blah. But if I had to go take A plus, I would take a day or two, maybe even a week to kind of step back, make sure that I'm squared away and know exactly, what I need to know. So I think one of the things is kind of humble yourself and just make sure that you lock in. Like I said, this guy is super smart. And he even, failed some of the certifications that are easy. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another thing, Eric, is as far as failure, right? So you failed the exam. When you actually went back in, did it feel easier? Did it feel about the same, or did it feel harder than it was the first time?
Oh yeah, it felt a lot easier. Yeah. And again, kind of going back to what you were saying, like, you just got to go ahead and take it, just so you kind of have that knowledge at least. So I remember when the first time I had failed that test and I came back and I was able to remember some of the PBQs, because that really got me, kind of just getting used to performance-based questions. So yeah, going back the second time, oh man, it was a lot easier. And talking about that too, I remember going on Reddit and looking at other people, like, how long did it take you to get this course? How long this course? And I've seen so many people, like you said, take 9, 10, 11 months and then fail it. I'm like, that's crazy. 9, 10 months. And on that particular course, I may have taken me maybe 2-3 weeks, and then I was able to get back in that next week. So maybe 4 weeks I passed that cert versus a whole year. Yeah, that was night and day. So yeah, just getting into it. If you fail, you fail, but you'll learn a lot. Just seeing the questions, seeing the PBQs, all of that can definitely help on your second time. Yeah.
Now, give everybody that's watching this a little bit of game. So let's say that they have no idea. Okay, let me go on a tangent, then I'm gonna come back to this question.
All right.
Hey, gang, if you thinking about getting certified, right? I run across way too many people that don't even do the small amount of work needed. It's so many people that are studying for A+ and they don't know it's a 2-part exam. Or so many people that are studying for Security Plus and they don't know the price of the certification, right? So even let's say that you want to go completely free. I want everything free. I want everything free. Great. That's probably going to take you a long time. And plus, the damn exam ain't free. You still got to pay for that, right? So just make sure that you understand that stuff. Now, you said that for A+, it might have took you 30 days, 45 days, month and a half.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that that's how long it should take? Or do you think it should take longer? Like, does that sound like a good amount of time? Or what do you think as far as if somebody asked you, how long does it take to A+? How would you answer that?
Yeah. I think 30, 45 days. I think that's pretty reasonable for most people. However, like you said, if you're trying to go to like the free course route or trying to look at YouTube videos and different stuff, yeah, that way I say a good amount, maybe 9-10 months, because it's just so scattered. Like videos are so scattered everywhere. So yeah, if you're taking like this course, a dedicated course, yeah, 30 to 45 days. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, for like the average person, for sure. Yeah.
Got you. So as far as your next tech role, right? Yeah. So you haven't yet landed a tech role. That's another thing. Eric is ready and willing to go ahead and come through. You can see his personality. You can see he's a go-getter. You can see that he is not a dummy. So if you are looking for somebody to add to the team that is well-versed, multifaceted, this is the guy. I'll also be posting him on my LinkedIn. And his information will be in the bottom of this description if you want to reach out to him, hopefully for tech roles or editing stuff or financial advice. He got you on any 3 of those areas. So do you think the stuff that you learned inside the program with these certifications, would that transfer to a tech role, or is it just kind of like it's just stuff that you just learned, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll definitely help out with my next role for sure. Again, kind of just getting those fundamentals. I think that really helped out before I got Security Plus, learning about the hardware side of computers and whatnot, the software side, learning about networks, even though I have no planning, I guess, on doing any type of networking, just having that knowledge, like kind of got me kind of a little interested now. So right. Yeah. I think that will definitely help translate to a job. Yeah.
Now, one thing is, you're a smart guy. You was building websites when you were in elementary school. So you kind of had a love for tech, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of the polar opposite, right? I didn't know anything about anything. I think we got our first computer when I was like maybe 16. I know it was in high school, right? Yeah. And I still never really, figured it out. So I'm on this side of the spectrum, you on this side. What do you think? Do you think that it's necessary to have a love for tech, have built websites since you was a kid? Do you think it's necessary for you to kind of be entrenched in tech to actually become a part of the tech field, get a job, and that type of stuff?
Yeah, I don't think it is. Just from you or from other people I've seen who haven't necessarily started out in tech and transitioning into tech. I don't think you have to, but I think for the people who do have that passion, I guess, I think that'll help accelerate your growth. Sure. Yeah. I think it'll definitely help that out. I know when I got free time, I love just playing around with the Hack the Box.
Right.
Just learning about different hacking stuff. So yeah, I think it will definitely help you. But yeah, I don't think it's a requirement at all. Especially, I think with somebody in your course or somebody who's like 50 or 60s,
Got a
They were
couple
like
of
a
them.
truck driver or something.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, people can be that old and transition from, truck driving to computers. So yeah, if you're younger right now and you're still trying to transition, I said, this is the time. I mean, I'm not like in my early 20s, I'm in my late 20s and I'm transitioning now. So yeah, I think at any age, as long as you have the, I guess the motivation that you will go and get this, I think you can do it. I really think you can do it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what would you say is like your ultimate goal as far as tech, like as far as role, position, field? And that's another thing, gang. On the tech highway, it's a bunch of different exits, whether you want to do coding, developing, cybersecurity, networking, 1,000 other things. There's so many different areas you can go. So if it was up to you, Eric, if you could snap your fingers and be XYZ, what would that be?
Man, okay. It would probably be a business owner, but with the cybersecurity, maybe having like my own software that I can help out with, maybe blocking viruses, Trojans, malware, and stuff like that. Yeah, like right now, I know it'll be a minute for me to like learn all the stuff in the field, but eventually, maybe with my networking, maybe with a lot of studying. Hopefully, I can maybe create a product, create a software that I can, help out people in America with. So yeah.
Got you. When it comes to where we are now, so on and so forth, where do you see the future of tech going? Whether it be at the job place, whether it be in your personal life, what's some of the trends that you're seeing now that you think will maybe expand in the future, or what's some things on the horizon that you think may be happening in tech? And is there any industries, any jobs, anything like that that people should probably watch out for that may be going away or they may change drastically in the near future?
Okay, yeah. So first off, yeah, I think tech is going to, just keep growing exponentially and everything. Right now, we have, like, it seems like day by day, automation is getting better and better. We have Teslas who can dang near drive themselves. I think we're getting trucks who can like almost drive themselves too. So yeah, I think automation is definitely going to be something big. So if you're looking to something to tech, after you're done with this Master I.T course, maybe you might want to go ahead and look into that. Also, cloud computing, I think that's going to be super big as well. Kind of going through this course, my knowledge on that, or I guess you kind of piqued my interest, kind of learning about the maybe not only just the cloud security, but just cloud just period. Especially after 2020, it seems like everybody's kind of getting more and more remote. So I think, cloud security and just the cloud period, I think that's going to be big. Automation, cloud, cybersecurity, I think that's going to grow huge as well. Again, looking at some of these videos from people who are in the military, kind of talking about how our infrastructure, I guess our cyber infrastructure is so behind compared to like China and other countries. I think they're going to be hiring a lot more cybersecurity people. So, hey, if you're thinking about that, I think that's going to be a great field that's going to continue growing. And I know machine learning, I want to say in your last course, you briefly touched on that, and deep learning. I think that's something I might have to look into as well. I think that's going to be even bigger because, again, with automation and computers just taking over with everything. So I think that'll help out a lot. But I think cybersecurity is going to definitely grow. Automation, machine learning. Yeah, I think
that's enough. That's enough. That's more than enough. Thank you so much for your insight. So I probably should have said this at the beginning. So you gave me a bunch of compliments, gave the program a bunch of compliments. Yeah. Were you paid to say any of this stuff?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So I didn't give you a Lunchable, no Pop-Tarts or nothing. All right. So one thing that I wanted to, once again, congratulate you on trying to go, or not try, excuse me, go on the entrepreneurial route.
Thank you.
One thing that I want to, or ask you is, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is super easy, right? All you got to do is, you work maybe 20 minutes a day. Money just coming into the bank. It's too easy. Stress free, right? All you got to do is post some pictures on Instagram.
Right.
You got Lamborghini, you got jets, champagne. Having a business, being an entrepreneur is way easier than having a 9 to 5. True or false?
False.
All right. So how has your experience been? Because that's kind of the wave now. I'm a business owner, want to create generational wealth. And that's another thing, gang.
Yeah.
You get rich first. You get some money first. Stop talking about generational wealth and you don't have any money. But
true. That's so true. That's so true.
So what do you think? What has been your pitfalls, your whatever you want to call it? Like, what has your experience been as an entrepreneur, and why have you continued to be an entrepreneur? Even though your experiences may have been good, may have been bad.
Yeah. So first off, being an entrepreneur, man, it's a lot. It's managing that. Oh man, trying to post on different social media, trying to schedule different things. Oh man, it takes a lot of time. Like, you will be working a lot more than your 40 hours a week. Man, I double that at least, especially starting out. Trying to network with people as well, to get contracts with different things. All that can take a lot. What was the second part to that? Like how did this apply to the course?
So even though it's been, for me, and I'll just say this for me, and I've been to Afghanistan. This is the hardest thing I've ever done is running a business. So even though, you got to wear 1,000 hats, may drop the ball, may have unsatisfied customers, may have people cussing you out, may have family members that don't believe in you, may have all this other stuff. When you're super smart, you go get a job. You just go get a job. Why would you continue on your journey if it's going to be, pretty much the most difficult path you could take?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So I guess I'm still looking more towards the future, even though I know these first 3, 4, 5 years are going to be tough. I'm kind of just looking more long-term, being able to be my own boss. Eventually, not right now, but eventually having say-so on my time, being able to have employees like yourself and help delegate some of my time. I think that's kind of helping me motivate even more in this journey, because like if I didn't have that mindset, like, okay, 5, 10 years from now, I have this knowledge and I'll be able to really be like a boss. I probably would have just went back to having a job, because that would have been a lot easier, a lot safer. But I'm kind of just thinking more long term, that potential income, not having that ceiling on top of me. That's really helping me out with staying motivated on this journey.
All right, Eric, let me give you some game as far as that goes, or just a different perspective. So you'll never, if you're a stand-up guy, which I know you are, and you got integrity, you'll never be your own boss. Because guess what, Eric? You're my boss. When you actually have a product or a service, or you're doing something and people are, because you believe in me, you believe in the program, you invested some money into the program, into yourself. So I had to deliver on that product. I had to help you get to where you want to get to. So if you always keep that in mind, and just like you said, network, build a team, so on and so forth, but your customer or your client is pretty much going to be your boss. And then as you keep on rocking out, you will get more charge of your time and stuff like that. But I was looking at Puff Daddy, this guy named Grant Cardone, a few other people that are super rich and they still working really hard, man. So I kind of think like, if you want to keep on progressing, keep on doing what you're doing, it's not like success is not like an end point. It's kind of like a journey. Like, and then the crazy or the mess up thing is that you can always become unsuccessful. I can just say, I don't feel like doing YouTube. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like, and just fall off completely. Right. And another thing, like you said, Eric, is it's a snowball effect. Right. So I jumped out the window in 2018 and just went solo dolo, no net. I if I don't hunt, I don't eat, any other type of damn saying that you can think of. And it's a snowball effect. I'm still, I'm still getting students. I'm still getting recognition from stuff that I did years ago. And if you continue to show up every day, if you continue to keep on doing what you're doing, it's going to work. And as you know, as a business owner, it's going to be some days where nothing's going to happen, or it feels like nothing gonna happen. You literally work all damn day, and then you sit down and you look like, did I do anything today? But if you keep on doing it, I promise you it's gonna click. It's gonna become easier and easier and easier and easier. And just some news you can use. What you have to do right now, since it's just you trying to figure out everything, start documenting your journey. Start documenting what you do, right? How do I edit a video? I think about the title, and then I da-da-da-da. How do you come up with financial plans for people? Da-da-da-da. That way, when it's time to hand that off to somebody else, it's too easy instead of you having to, damn, what do I do? How do I usually do that? Because sometimes as business owners, we have it set up to where we know how to do it, but from the outside looking in, it looks chaotic. People are like, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know how you got to that end point. But if you start coming up with like them standard operating procedures and stuff like that, you'll be good to go. So hopefully that was, a little useful for you. Because I know that, like I said, being a business owner, I give my hats off to anybody, and not just I printed up a couple of T-shirts, then nobody buy them, I quit. I'm talking about a real business, really trying to make something pop, because it's going to be a long journey, but it's going to be worth it, man.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to get a notepad after this. It's all written down. So.
Thing is, for the viewers, stuff like this, right? This is one of my students, blah, 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 but you have to treat everybody, because everybody is equal, right? Eric is way smarter than me than some stuff, or further along with some stuff, and I'm just further, blah, blah, blah. You have to network, because Eric may or will be, one of the top business guys in Forbes and all this other stuff. So you have to always, try and build bridges as opposed to burning them, because pretty much the students that are in my program, they become friends, family. And I even got some business partners that are my former students, just because I'm cool at this certification stuff, but it's so much other stuff that I don't know, so much other stuff that I can be helped with. And then another thing is, if you're networking, you think about that, you need to take your ego and age out of that. I am almost a decade older than Eric, and I've noticed there's some of the ageism, or whatever you want to call it. Some people think that younger people don't know stuff, or younger people can't provide any value. Even one of my mentors is, how is he? He a little bit younger than you, Eric. One of my mentors is younger than you. And it's just because okay, does this person know what the hell they're talking about? Can they get me to where I want to get to? Yes, I don't give a damn. White, black, girl, boy, whatever the age, you got to look at the information as opposed to the messenger. Now, a culmination of everything we talked about. Would you recommend other people join Master I.T, or should they go another route, or what you think?
All right. I recommend nobody take this now.
Damn.
I recommend everybody take this course. Matter of fact, I was talking to my girl about this, because, she been, I guess, kind of on the journey with me, and kind of been excited when I be telling her about new stuff, especially the new cybersecurity, different this X, Y, Z. And I've been telling her that she should go ahead and get into it, even though she's in her own journey trying to be a hygienist. I'm kind of just having just some basic knowledge of IT fundamentals, A+, just so you can understand computers. I think that would be great. But if you're looking to get into cybersecurity, or just kind of getting, I guess, knowledge in the IT field, I 1000% recommend taking this course. I 1000% recommend it. Had a blast.
Awesome. So, gang, another thing is, if you're watching this, well, I guess you should be if you hear me watching, but take advantage of this type of stuff. 15, maybe even 10, 15 years ago, this wasn't available. You couldn't tap in with people that are actually doing these things. So he mentioned Erica Williams. She's an awesome YouTuber, real estate developer. She does all types of stuff, right? And guess how I met her? YouTube, networking. There's another guy named Black Heights, which is an awesome guy, super smart guy in tech. How did I meet him? Through networking. A lot of times you just got to humble yourself. If you see somebody doing something that you like, align with them. I promise you, hate, jealousy, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. Because guess what? If you hate me, if you're jealous of me, I'm still gonna keep winning. So it would make more sense, just like Eric, if I'm hating on him, blah, 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 it would make more sense to align with him, compliment him, try and help him along his journey. Because this is the whole thing, man. I know they say It takes a village to raise a baby or a kid. It takes a village to raise anybody, right? And then just in case, God forbid I ever fall off, I want to have a couple of strong little friends and buddies. I can be like, man, stuff went left. Can you help me out? Can you do that? And if you have those types of people around, you'll always be able to, pull yourself back up. Now, let's end it with a few gems, right?
Okay.
What's one book? And if you don't have any, because I don't know if you know how to read it, what's one book that you would recommend? It don't have to be tech related. It don't have to be finance related. Just in general, what's one book that you would recommend everybody that watches this reads?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah. So I guess I would recommend the book I'm reading right now. It's called The Blue Ocean.
I heard about it.
Yeah, you heard about that. Yeah. And it pretty much allows you, well, I haven't finished the book yet, but from what I'm learning so far in the book, it teaches you how to create your own, I guess, ocean, like how to create your own business or business that can still be profitable, still be new, still be fresh, but you'll have it in a space that you don't have to compete with the other businesses in that said field. Again, I haven't finished reading it, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that quite yet, but kind of.
It's called The Blue Ocean?
Yeah, Blue Ocean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard about it from another YouTuber. He talked about how that helped out with growing his channel to over like 2-3 million.
Okay.
Big trend. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, kind of, it got me interested. So yeah, I'm hoping I can use this book to not only help my own YouTube, but also help my business as well going further. So yeah.
All right. So this may or may not be one of the things that we differ on, but question for you. Yeah. Should everybody open a business?
Oh man, that's a great question too. I think I kind of talked about this on one of my videos, but initially,
what's your YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, Financial Hawks is my
Financial Hawks. The word financial, then hawks like the bird.
Yeah, that's right. And initially, like when I was younger and prior to me getting into a business, I was like, yeah, oh man, well why don't everybody have a business? But yeah, actually being a business owner and kind of just talking with people in my comments and whatnot. Yeah, I actually don't think everybody should have a business anymore, or at least like a full time, because a lot of people just don't really have the motivation. They kind of want to complain like, oh, this not working, X, Y, Z. So yeah, my thoughts on that actually has changed. I don't think everybody should start a business. Yeah.
Well, never mind. We agreed, because I actually thought the same thing. Like, why don't know? But most people don't have the work ethic, the discipline. Most people, they can't do it. Like if you so used to every 2 weeks, I'm gonna get this, which is great. That's security, but it's also a ceiling, right? So with business ownership, I can make zero. I can also make $1 trillion, right? So it's they kind of look at the zero part as opposed to the upside, right? And then another thing is the legacy piece. Do you have children?
I don't yet.
Okay.
I do in the future. Yeah, I plan on.
So you got the little Erics running around, or the little Erics running around. You would be able to pass something down. And then let's say that, I'm not going to put this on you, but let's just say it's somebody else that they had a business and may not have popped all the way, but they could, make enough money, $50,000, $60,000. They'll still have a different work ethic, and they'll have different values and things that they can actually pass down to their children. Like you ain't got to work for nobody. You ain't got to grovel or go to a job that you hate. Because I'm going to tell you this, like I said, this is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my whole life. But I would rather this than what the average American or average person in general does, which is go to a job that they hate with people that they hate, sit in traffic that they hate, and all this type of stuff, just to have just enough to survive and not have enough for retirement, all this type of stuff. So
Agreed.
I definitely would say that everybody shouldn't have a business, man. Everybody shouldn't have a business. So first thing, you'll need to read Blue Ocean. Second thing, if you want to don't be discouraged. Go ahead and jump out the window, but understand it's going to be hard as hell, right? Yeah. And another thing is, I'm not recommending this. And this is what worked for me. I literally jumped out the window with no safety net. I didn't have a job. I didn't have nothing lined up. I had that's a safety net. I'm sorry. I had savings, right? I had savings, but I didn't have any other job, any other recourse. And literally, Master I.T had to work. It had to work. And just like Eric is an expert in the things that he does, I was an expert in the things that I do. So it's like, how can it not work? Right. As long as you got the work ethic, you will be fine. But as far as people shouldn't be business owners. So what about getting a job? Right. Do you think that's easy? Do you think that it's easy to find work, even in IT? What do you think are some of the things that people can do to best prepare themselves to actually get a tech gig?
Okay, yeah, definitely getting, I guess, a specialization, kind of like when I'm kind of getting in with this course. If you're kind of just a newbie, I think you should definitely try to gain as much knowledge as you can. Hey, take this course, trying to get a specialization, because I'm not in cybersecurity yet, but I feel having that specialization will definitely help you out. And you can show like, hey, I take this course, I got this certification, I kind of got that, the stepping blocks, I got the fundamentals, and I'm willing to learn, versus somebody who is just working, I guess, a regular like waitress job. And it's like, hey, I'm just going to start applying to tech jobs and this is going to work. Yeah, I think I think having those having those fundamentals, having those stepping blocks, I think that can definitely help out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. I guess how fast I'm going to get a job or how open all the jobs want to be. I guess we'll see. But I think having that specialization, I think that will definitely up your chances for sure and allow you to get a job into tech.
I think after this video, you ain't gonna have a problem getting a job.
Great.
One thing I was gonna say or ask you is, as far as getting a gig, as far as getting a job,
yeah.
What do you think is the biggest roadblock to people, or excuse me, what do you think is the biggest misconception when it goes to getting certified and getting a job? What do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions? Is it like, okay, I get certified and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk gonna be pulling up? Or what do you think? What do you think you still got to put in the work? Or is it kind of like, well, how do you think that really works?
Yeah. So far, I'm thinking right now, a lot of people come into the, I guess, conclusion in their head that, hey, as soon as I get this cert, I'm guaranteed a job. Like, I'm guaranteed, like, as soon as I get this network plus, as soon as I get this security plus, I just should put that on my resume. I don't want to put nothing else. Security plus, and I'm just going to go in.
Nothing.
Yeah. So I think even though you do have the certifications and whatnot, I think you still do have to apply yourself, make sure your resume, I guess, fit that particular job, show that you kind of have some type of experience. I think you still will have to apply yourself. I think it's just not going to fall on you. You just can't sit back and like, yeah, got this got this certificate. Now 1,000 jobs are going to just come in my lap. Yeah, I think you're going to still have to apply yourself. Yeah.
So, gang, that's absolutely right. No matter if you got a degree, all the certs in the world, you still going to have to apply yourself. And then once you actually get a call, you have to kill the interview as well. And then just some news you guys can use when it comes to once you actually finally got an interview. Make sure that, for one, you do some research on the company so you can intelligently speak about, okay, this is what they do, this is their past, blah, blah, blah. And also, most likely, you can do some quick social engineering and just go on LinkedIn or go on Instagram or go somewhere and find the people that are going to be interviewing you, or find some of the people in the company, connect to them, so on and so forth, talk to them, ask, is there anything I can do for you, blah, 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 just to get some sort of insight. Because a lot of times now you can halfway, or when you get to where you want to get to, you'll be interviewing companies as opposed to them interviewing you, right? You'll be going for an interview, but it'll be more on, do I want to work here? They want you, but it's like, do I want to work here? You want to make sure that you line up with their culture, their ethics, so on and so forth. So last thing, Eric, and then I'm gonna let you get up out of here, man. So if you had any advice, like I said, whether it be life, whether it be financial, tech, just what's one gem or something that you heard in passing, or something that your mentors told you, something your buddies told you, what's something that sticks with you that you think will be beneficial to the viewers watching this?
Okay, yeah. I'm not exactly sure where I heard this from, but something I definitely recommend to people. If you don't already, try to at least get one type of specialized skill. hopefully something in tech, something that's growing. And the reason I say this is because with that specialized skill, you can get a job, hopefully something high paying, or at least a lot more than the regular 30, 40K regular wage, average wage of America. And with that specialized skill, you may have the potential to create a business from this, or you can go ahead and maybe create a YouTube channel just talking about your specialty and make money that way. You just need one good specialized skill. I think that can definitely help out. I think multiple skills is great, but if you don't have no skills, at least attempting to get one specialized skill, specifically in tech if possible, I think that can really help out.
All right, you heard it from Eric himself. You got to figure out how to get a specialized skill. Tech is pretty much the wave and will continue to be. Just like he was saying, I specialize a skill and it flourished into a business. And the good thing about me and Eric, right, now that we have these skills, let's say that Master I.T goes left for some reason and things just tank. I can just go get a job. I can get a really good job, right? Now that would be, it's not defeat or nothing like that, but it would kind of be like, damn, my baby died. But I can actually go get, a really good high paying job because like you said, I have that specialized skill set. So Eric, like I said, please tell everybody exactly where they can find you in the digital space.
Great. So yeah, guys, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, I guess Snapchat as well, at Financial Hawks. I'm posting motivational videos pretty much daily, in addition on ways you can budget your money and ways you can make money in this digital age. So yeah, Financial Hawks.
My man. All right. If you're looking to go from zero to IT hero like Eric did, go ahead and drop in the description below, apply to the Zero to IT Hero program, and hopefully you will be, what's the word I'm trying to say? Hopefully you will be interviewed, spotlighted on this channel just like him. We got a lot of more interviews from previous students on the way. Other than that, I'll see y'all in class.